Hi everyone, in this tutorial we are going to place our repeat patterns onto some product mock-ups. The first thing to do is to save our swatches as JPEGs or PNG. So what you can see is if I click this tool over here, I've got my artboard tool says artboard 1, artboard 2, artboard 3. We want to save each of these individually. So obviously we've saved our Illustrator file already, and then we're going to go File, Export, Export As, and you can label it repeat pattern tile underscore the particular colorway, like white for me. You can use a PNG or a JPEG. Click Use Artboards, and the first one I'm going to export as Artboard 1. You can see it here. The next one I'm going to export as Artboard 3. So once you have done that, you want to go over to Photoshop and open the bedding scene Photoshop file that you can find on Sector. You want to do the same for the pillow mockup file, which is also on Sector. You want to go File, Open, and open your repeat pattern tile in each colorway. So now I have my bedding scene, which we'll work on first. Over here in the Layers panel of my bedding scene, you will see a whole lot of different layers. What we're going to do is double click on the duvet one. So I can see that if I turn it on and off, nothing happens, but we want it all visible. I'm going to click on the little square next to the word duvet. Double click and another file should open. So anything that we place on this file is going to appear on our Doona. So I'm going to go back to my repeat pattern tile, this colorway. I'm going to click my move tool. I'm going to pick it up and I'm going to place it on that particular file which was connected to my Doona cover. And you can see it's called Layer 81. To resize this, I can go Control T, and I can resize it holding Shift, keeps it all in proportion, then release. You can press Enter. So here is my design, and you can see it over here. I can turn it off or turn it on. I'm going to go Control Save. So this will not appear on your bed unless you save it. So Control Save, and then click back to your bed and you will see your print. Okay, we can do the same for a bed sheet. The bed sheet, or maybe let's try the bedspread turn down next. So I'm going to double click on that, and here is our artboard. What I might actually do is just place a color on this, so no pattern. So I'm going to go ahead and find my paint bucket, and let's see, I'll set a foreground color. So I'm going to double click on that, and if you have the RGB color swatch from your Illustrator file of one that you have created, I would definitely use that. I'm going to go with, I'll just color pick a light green, and if this happens, if you get this little message, just click OK, and then we're going to place the color on with our paint bucket, go Control Save, and let's go back to our bed and see what's happened. So now I have a block color as the bedspread turned down. So you're going to continue this process for the bed sheet, the right pillow, and the left pillow. For, let's see, the right pillow, I'm going to double click on that. This time I'm going to use my white repeat pattern tile, so my other colorway. I'm going to find my repeat pattern tile. I'm going to click the move tool. Now I've got to just make sure I am on using the right layer. So I'm going to, let's see, I'm going to make sure first I've unlocked the layer. So double click to unlock the background. I'm going to pick it up. I'm going to place it on my pillow layer, and it is a really big print. So that might work for you. Or if you want to make it smaller, you go Control T, and you can always use the little arrows by holding Shift to make the print much smaller. It's nice on your bed linen to have some prints quite big and then some quite small. Okay, I think that might work. Go enter, control, save. Let's go back to our bed and you can see that my print is there. So once I have completed this, you want to definitely go File, Save. So save your Photoshop file. We also could export it. So let's go File, Export as, we can export this as a PNG because that saves our transparency. So go Export as a PNG and we can export that one. And then you will have the artwork ready to place in a final presentation. I wanted to show you one more thing. If I go ahead and I want to actually edit my blue Duna cover to a different color scheme or swatch, I can double click on the blue Duna cover. If I want to change this to white, I can click this layer. I can either turn it off or I can delete it. And then I can maybe change it to the white one, see what this looks like. So I'm going to click that, place it onto my Duna. I'm going to resize it. Press enter, go control save, and you can see back to the original, my different colorway is there. So you're not restricted by the ones that you place on your artwork. Okay, it is the exact same process for the pillow. So let's go ahead and just look at the pillow. For this one, I've opened it up. You can turn on all of these layers and you can see some different shadows. There's a label there. You can turn them on and off. You might not want the little shadow at the bottom. The one that I want you to look at is pillow design. So just here. So what we can do is double click on that little green square next to pillow design in our layers panel and it will open up this file. Now here are a whole lot of other patterns that have just come with the file. You don't need to worry about those. You can turn them all off. And what we will do instead is grab our repeat pattern. So let's go ahead and find it. I'm going to grab my blue one. I'm going to use the move tool. I'm going to click my tile up and place it on top. I'm going to go Control T for transform. Let's fill it up, press enter, and make sure the little eye is visible. So if it's invisible, you'll get this texture for the pillow. If it's visible, you can see it. Go Control Save and go back to your pillow and you can see the pattern is on your pillow. You might want to kind of add the shadow visibility. You might want to add the little label design or not. Then you can go File, make sure you save your Photoshop file and also go Export and export it as a JPEG. So from this process, you should have a bed linen mock-up and also a pillow mock-up. Both saved the Photoshop files and both exported as JPEGs.